You ever dream of driving a car that doesn't care where the road ends? One moment, you're gliding through downtown traffic with skyscrapers around you. The next, you're on a mountain trail, the city lights fading behind as dust kicks up under your tires. That's not fantasy, that's the 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser. The icon that built its name in the wild is back, and this time, it's rewriting the rules. It's not just an SUV. It's a rebirth, a living, breathing symbol of power and adventure. But here's the twist: Toyota didn't just bring it back for nostalgia. They built it to shake the entire SUV world. So stay with me, because what's coming will change how you see off-road forever. Let's go back for a second. The Land Cruiser name has been carved into history. For decades, it's been the go-to vehicle for explorers, soldiers, off-roaders, people who needed something they could trust their lives with. From deserts in the Middle East to frozen tundras in the Arctic, the Land Cruiser became more than a car. It became a legend. But after years of silence, people started wondering if Toyota had moved on. Guess what? They didn't. They were just preparing for a comeback, and in 2026, that comeback has teeth. Big ones. Now let's talk about rivals, because Toyota didn't build the Land Cruiser to play nice. The new model enters a battlefield filled with the Mercedes-Benz GLE, Jeep Wrangler, and Land Rover Defender, each claiming to be the king of the wild. But here's where the Land Cruiser stands apart. It's not about luxury for the sake of it, and it's not about flashy off-road tricks. It's about real-world strength, refined for modern times. Toyota didn't just throw in a hybrid engine and call it new, they re-engineered the soul of the vehicle. See, most SUVs today face an identity crisis. They're too soft for the wild and too clunky for the city. You either get a heavy gas guzzler that makes your wallet cry, or a shiny city cruiser that panics when it sees gravel. But the 2026 Land Cruiser changes that narrative completely. It's the SUV that lets you have both. It's built like a tank but drives like a dream. You can take it to work on Monday, crush dunes on Friday, and head up a snowy mountain on Sunday. It's the kind of car that doesn't adapt to your lifestyle, it expands it. Now visually, Toyota made sure you know it's back. The 2026 Land Cruiser looks aggressive, sharper, tougher, and more confident than ever. The front grille. Massive, bold, and unapologetic. Those LED headlights cut through the night like they own it, while the wide stance gives off that "don't mess with me" energy. The lines are crisp, every angle purposeful. It's not trying to be pretty, it's designed to look unstoppable. And yet, there's a certain class about it. The kind of clean toughness that makes it equally at home outside a luxury hotel or on a desert trail. The rear is equally modern: solid tail lamps, a reinforced bumper, and an overall silhouette that screams capability. Compared to the GLE's glamour, the Land Cruiser is pure grit and glory. So, if you had the chance, would you pick it in desert beige to blend with the dunes, or go full bold in deep crimson to make a statement? Drop your pick in the comments, because every Land Cruiser color tells a story. Open the door, and it's a different world. The new Land Cruiser interior blends ruggedness with refinement like never before. It's not about being flashy, it's about being smart, durable, and comfortable. The seats are wrapped in premium leather that's soft but ready for anything. The dashboard feels clean and functional, not overloaded with touch-sensitive nonsense. Right in the middle sits a 12.3-inch touchscreen that runs Toyota's latest infotainment system, fast, responsive, and built for adventure. You've got wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and even a JBL audio system that turns every road into your personal concert. And that new digital gauge cluster. It's dynamic, changing visuals and drive modes depending on where you're headed. City streets. You get smooth data displays. Off-road mode. It switches to show torque, angle, and terrain status. It's not just tech, it's adventure data. Comfort-wise, it's impressive. The seats are supportive and spacious, especially for long drives. There's enough room for your crew and your camping gear, though it's not as massive as a Chevy Suburban. But the layout makes every inch count. You feel secure, elevated, and in control. It's the kind of cabin where you can spend hours and not feel tired, a perfect mix of comfort and control. Now, let's talk about the heart, the powertrain. Because this is where Toyota shocked everyone. The 2026 Land Cruiser comes standard with a hybrid system, a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder paired with an electric motor. Together, they punch out 326 horsepower and a massive 465 pound-feet of torque. That's not just numbers, that's muscle you can feel. And because it's a hybrid, you get that instant torque the moment you press the pedal. You're not waiting for power, it's just there. The 0-60 time, about 7.5 seconds. That might not sound like a sports car, but when you realize it's hauling this much capability, it's more than enough. But the real magic happens off-road. The Land Cruiser still uses Toyota's legendary four-wheel drive system with locking differentials and crawl control. Mud, rocks, snow, sand, nothing phases it. You point it somewhere, it goes. Period. The suspension is tuned to handle brutal terrain while keeping the cabin calm. You can climb, descend, and maneuver places most vehicles wouldn't dare to try. And yet, when you get back on the highway, it rides smooth and quiet. That's where Toyota's genius shows. It feels equally confident on a rocky trail as it does on a city boulevard. And let's not ignore the efficiency part. The hybrid system sips fuel instead of guzzling it, giving you around 25 plus miles per gallon combined, a massive improvement over older models and miles ahead of gas-hungry rivals like the Defender. It's proof that you can have power without sacrificing range. The steering, slightly heavy at low speeds, yes, but that's part of its charm. That solid feedback reminds you this isn't just another crossover. It's a real SUV. The kind that connects you to the terrain. So, what's the price for all this dominance? The 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser starts at around $55,000, and honestly, that's a bargain. For something that can conquer mountains, cruise cities, and do it all with Toyota reliability, it's worth every penny. The GLE and Defender might tempt you with badges and luxury trims, but when you're miles from civilization, it's the Land Cruiser that you'll trust to get you home. And here's a fun twist: Toyota's making a bold move toward hybrid-only models, meaning traditional gas engines might soon disappear from the Land Cruiser lineup. That's either exciting or heartbreaking depending on where you stand. Some purists might miss the old-school V8 growl, but the future's here: cleaner, more efficient, and still powerful. So tell me, is the 2026 Land Cruiser the ultimate SUV? Did Toyota just bring back the king, or did they create something entirely new? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear what you'd do first if you got your hands on this beast. Would you take it into the desert, climb mountains, or just roll through the city like a boss? And hey, if you love machines that blend power, heritage, and innovation, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, because here on PowerRide, we don't just talk cars, we live them. This is the new Land Cruiser. Tougher, smarter, and ready for anything.